Welcome back, everyone. My name is Anne Rainton, and this is Who's That Image Consultant, where we interview consultants from all around the world, so that if you are an image consultant and you want to hear about somebody else's careers, their ups and their downs, where they've come from, where they're going, this is the place. And also, if you're looking at maybe starting an image consultant career, then it's really good to hear from people who are on the ground, who are working this as a business. And everyone that I am contacting have all got a really great growing business. So today we're back to Australia and we're going to Sydney and we're going to be interviewing Angela Barbagallo. How are you, Angela?
I am very well, thank you, and I'm very honoured that you've taken the time to interview me today. Thank you.
Oh, we're excited as well. So let's get straight to it. You have been working for quite a while, being an image consultant and stylist. It's something that happened a really long time ago. So tell us about the development of how you got into this career.
Sure. So my business has been around since 2000. So about 18, 19 years I've been working it full time. And my history really started back to when I was born, because both my parents were in the retail industry and my dad was very much involved in shoe design and shoe buying from a very young age. So all I ever knew was shopping, because it's something we did as a family every Saturday, where we looked at collections, we looked at how many bags went out the stores, we looked at what worked in shop windows and what didn't. So I think from a young age, I really got a good grip on what line and design works really well and what are hits and what are misses. It's something that I really enjoyed as a child. And I guess my dad very much made sure I took my own path in life. So I guess I didn't quite straight out of high school, went into learning about this profession. I actually chose something very different, which was hotel school, one of the best ones in Europe, which I really enjoyed. So that took me to a path in learning about service, learning about 5-star treatment, learning about privacy of people, because I did shopping for Madonna, for example, for groceries.
Wow.
And looked after Diana when she gave a speech, because I worked in London, just a stone's throw away from Harrods. So it gave me a really good sort of background on looking after people, and that really everyone is the same. And then through sheer luck, I moved to Australia and based myself eventually in Sydney. And I guess at that time I was dating a guy who he just started to do more interviews in the press, on TV and so on. So he said, "I need your help." I had no idea. I had no clue. I went, "Okay, I can do that. This is what I grew up doing." So, and that's how I started. And then I guess with encouragement, it was like, well, I should do this as a profession. And that's how I started.
Fantastic. So from that idea of, okay, I think I could do this myself, how did you start? So you just started with this one guy, then what happened? How did you get your next client?
Well, then it was a friend of a friend, and I guess the word got around. And then pretty much straight after that, I was the first stylist on the Red Balloon website, which was someone I knew through a course that I was doing at the time. So it's just amazing how things happen in life. So, and then I really didn't look back, because that was just such a busy platform at the time. It was really growing, and of course it still is. And that gave me lots and lots of clients every week. I was fully booked. So
it's interesting, isn't it? That's come about from someone you knew. You never know who can help you. You need to keep your radar open for that. When you started out doing this on your own, were you doing like mates rates? Were you doing it all very cheaply, or did you start off with a professional fee?
Yes, I always valued my time from the start. So I've never given any freebies. And I always feel that I charge a premium rate, because they're going to get a premium service. So I never did. And I guess the only thing happened with Red Balloon Days is they take a cut. I think at that time they took 20% or so. So that was my only thing. And I thought, well, fair enough. They're giving me lots and lots of business. So I was happy to pay for that. But I certainly haven't given friends or family any sort of, keep that quite split. So I really advise people to always charge for their time. So yeah, because it's valuable.
That's really interesting, because so many people start off by doing lots of freebies, and sometimes that can be a really catch where, when do you stop and when do you start charging a fee and how much do you charge? So well done for doing that right very beginning. At some stage you were going along doing your career and styling people. You must have come to a place where you went, I need a bit more training than I've got. So what happened or what changed your mind to make you go looking for image consultant training?
Sure. So for me, it was there's two things. I always felt like it would be great if I can expand the things I can do with my clients, because of course I was doing wardrobe makeovers, I was doing personal shopping. It would be really great if I can leave them with a color swatch. It would be really great if I can tell them more about their style. And I had seen other people doing it themselves, and I kind of didn't feel like doing that. I thought, no, I'm sure that this is done before. Don't have to reinvent the wheel. And also I knew I had a platform, and Revolut was always asking me, like, what else can you do? So I knew I had a platform already to sell a product on. So I guess I went looking, and pretty much straight away I found you. And I guess you were doing a course very close to me in Sydney at the time. And so it just actually happened really quickly.
Okay. And so once you've done that training, did you learn anything that you weren't expecting that's made a difference?
Yes, it has opened up lots more avenues on how I can deliver my product. And workshop is something that I guess you really encouraged, which I started doing, and I really enjoy doing it. And to this date, I still do them. So lots of style workshops or color workshops, or in a corporate environment. So that's what opened up for me, the corporate environment, with a real good, solid offering to them, with a good, solid knowledge, in color and style. And I think what opened up to me as well is when I was trained with you, when Diana Ferrari, as companies started looking to offer styling sessions in stores, they were looking for this. They had done a pilot program in Melbourne, and they were looking for the same people that were trained by you, because that particular stylist was trained by you. And so that was, that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't trained with you.
Fantastic. So you mentioned about you do some corporate work as well. Tell me about the first corporate job you've got. Did you actively try to get into it, or did it fall in your lap?
Yes, they've always fallen in my lap. I guess because all the hundreds of clients that I styled until that point were actively on my newsletter. So every month or every second week or so, I email people a newsletter with lots of different tips on a whole variety of subjects. And I guess all of them are working. And so through word of mouth, I have had lots of business because someone said, oh, let's get a stylist in. And they say, oh, I know someone. So I'm always sort of at the top of people's minds because I'm in contact so often with valuable tips. So yeah, that's how that's happened.
So someone just called you out of the blue and said, come on in, we need some help. Okay, yeah. That's interesting. And was it a general talk, or did they have an issue they needed to fix?
Yeah, so at times it's an issue. So I have done sort of very, very high level. There was a CIO who was tested as one of the best in the world, but image-wise, she just didn't match her abilities basically. With her look. So yeah, I did some one-on-one. So that call then would come from HR, for example. But there's fun events. I've done speed styling sessions at a Christmas party. Big groups for people like Medibank, where they just want to offer services to their clients in their lunch breaks. And so yeah, a whole variety of different things.
All right. So looking at your client base that you've got right now, the one that you've developed and you're most comfortable with, can you describe who your favourite market is?
Sure. I guess my favourite market is someone who doesn't like shopping. That's usually what women would say. I hate shopping. I have no idea. That's usually the client who will get the most out of a session. So someone that knows, for example, who's got lots in their wardrobe but doesn't know how to put it all together. That's where I come in. Yeah, and just someone that just wants a little bit of help. I guess a big market is also gift vouchers still to this date, even directly from my website. So people are looking for a gift as a good client as well. And generally the clients are sort of, 35 to 65. It's a broad a broad range, and usually they have changed shape because of children or menopause or weight loss, weight gain. So it's in that period of their life where they're going through lots of changes, and they just feel they just want a bit of help and a listening ear, because it's not often they talk about issues like that or how things fit around their stomach that they can just objectively talk to people about. So that's where I come in.
And is it mainly women, or do you help men as well?
Yeah, I certainly help men as well, but I guess women are my biggest market. Yeah.
When you've developed your career, I know that you've also created some products and some courses and things like that are very uniquely your own. Can you tell us about some of those?
Sure. Always thinking what I can do next. So I guess at the moment what I can talk about is that I've created a program that I call the Inner Circle. So there's a small group that become my VIPs, and they are in the inner. So I send them regular weekly emails with a really in-depth knowledge on fit and styles and brand reviews and just lots of different things that I wouldn't generally send out to a newsletter list. So they're on the in. And I share with them lots more personal things as well, how I find things, where I find things, what I wear, how I put it together. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm doing a lot of people are in the change room and they just want a second opinion. So those kinds of clients I have as well. Yeah, and then just the usual, personal shopping.
And you do some videos and things like that as well, right?
Yeah, I guess not as much as I would like to do. So, yeah, I'm getting to that stage, yes. But I've always videoed things, and I put things on a YouTube channel, and, some are better qualities than others. So I certainly know I can improve in that area. But yeah, my goal is to have the short courses, the short workshops that I do post, that I would make them into a video version as well.
Cool. Have you written any books or done anything like that?
Yeah, I certainly have. I've written one. I've written a book. It's available on Amazon, but I know it can be improved. That was my first go, and then I got together with my hairdresser, who has sort of in a similar way built her career the way as I have, and has an enormous amount of knowledge about hair. So together we worked at creating a book that just really talks about all the issues that women have with their hair and hair color, and of course I added body shape and wardrobe things in that as well, and we really focus on face shapes in that book as well. So what sort of hairstyle works with what particular face shape, so I'm really simplifying it.
It's great to have collaborations with other people. It really, fantastic. I love working with other people doing that,
especially when they're so aligned to how you work as well. So I often of course refer my clients to her. So we call ourselves the makeover ladies. People come in our circle and they feel nurtured. And
so you're a mum, you've got a family.
Yes.
And like most of us, if we've run our business for any more than say 5 years, we have our ups and downs and our challenges and things that happen to us that we've had to get over and move on from. So you've had some challenges with your business and your life. So if you could maybe share a little bit about that and how you got over it and how you moved on.
I think first of all, having my children, never stopped me from running my business. I was a business owner and a mortgage owner. So I pretty much worked with my big belly until I was ready to drop. And then 3 weeks after, with my Red Balloon Day bookings, I basically knew, okay, I was due, and I booked them straight in after 3 weeks. So you can just imagine the amount of hours I've sat in car parks lining my car windows to pump, milk.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine that.
So I've never ever stopped working. I've never taken maternity leave. Each to their own, but that's just how it works for me. And I really, even though I was hormone rage, that's how I knew what women felt like as well. So I knew I had to put my lippy on and my mascara on, even if I hadn't had any sleep, because my second one was a terrible sleeper. So, but I made it happen. So when my kids were 6 and 9, one day my husband went to sleep, and the next morning he didn't wake up. So that was obviously a major blow in our lives. This happened 3 years ago. So Yeah. So how did I deal with that? Well, again, I gave myself 3 weeks. It seems like a pattern. But actually, in fact, the working actually helped because it got me out the door and it got me kind of to some normality, because your life is never going to be the same again. And it just helped me just to get in the moment, just to help those people, because it wasn't about me at that stage. So yeah, and of course you go through an amazing roller coaster of grief, which I have, and we as a family have very much embraced every single part of that. So we have come out of it really strong and really capable to deal with anything. Not that we don't miss him, we talk about him every day, and he's still part of our lives. And in fact, I have funny things happen when I email clients or text clients. His full name would appear in my text. So he always sends me little messages. Yeah, it's strange. But anyway, so of course in that time, I continued to work, but I also was very busy with sort of, finishing the ends of his estate as well. So I have been, so in the last year, I definitely was more busy with selling things and things like that. So this is my year to get back. We are sorted, we are settled in a new place, and so I'm very excited. So full of energy.
I think everyone that's listening to this would certainly, hand on their heart, go, oh my gosh, what a thing to happen. And it would be so easy for people just to throw their hands up in the air and go, oh, I can't go on. But I guess the truth of the matter is, you become the sole business owner, the sole income owner for the house. There's no choice. You've just got to pick up and keep going forward.
Yeah, and I've always had faith. I guess I've always been in business for myself. So you always have that sort of, that not so solid ground under your feet, where it's like, is business going to come in, yes or no? So I am very used to living like that. So for me, that wasn't so different.
So you never once thought, I'm just going to give this up and get a job that just pays me every week and I just turn up to. That was never a thought?
Yes, I had the thought, and I actually applied for things as well. I thought maybe locally, and it just didn't happen, because I always know when I don't do what I'm really meant to be doing, it doesn't flow. Yeah. And I guess what I do, which does flow with me, then when I was building things up, I always find when I'm busy, things happen more.
Yes.
So if I'm not busy, you have more time to think about it, to worry about things. So I always keep myself busy. So what I did add was I became a mystery shopper and a researcher. There's people that pay money for people to come into shops and give them feedback. Well, what do I love more than doing that? Because I can always see things, how it can be done better, or if it goes really well, then I'm, like 10 out of 10. I have added that, which is great. I really enjoy that as well. That just creates a little bit of extra, but really, I've never really lost faith. No.
So, it's about keeping that flow of clients constant. We've talked a little bit about your marketing and your newsletter and all that sort of thing. Do you have any tips for someone about nurturing? Because I get a feeling that you have clients for the long term. They're not just a done and dusted next situation. So apart from the newsletters, do you do anything that you feel is that real nurturing part that keeps them coming back to you?
Yes, I feel that the Facebook group, that is a closed Facebook group, and I guess by invitation really, is also something that gives me touch points almost every day with clients.
So you're on there every day?
Pretty much, yes.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, and it's a closed, so it's not my Facebook page, which I'm also at almost every day, which is something that really grew at the start before Facebook got a hold of, to make it a little bit harder to market on Facebook pages. So that grew really quickly, but I wanted the Style Forum, which is like a closed group. I wanted that to be more of a space where people could say things, to ask me questions and stuff. So that's been really good as well. And of course, Instagram is something that I've built a little bit as well. Pinterest is another platform that I use intensely, either from a open boards that anyone can see, to actually using private boards as a way of how clients and I can communicate about their wardrobe. So I find that platform has helped me as well.
That's great. That's really great insights. Well, in closing, I'd like to ask you, where do you see image, styling, personal shopping, all that sort of thing? Where do you see it heading in the future? Where do you see your business heading in the future?
Right. I can see that business will move to more online, online help. When people are in change rooms, or like online shopping is so huge that it opens a whole opportunity up. I have got clients who ordered it. I actually help them to say, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy Pinterest, private boards. Then everything comes in. We have a hookup through video, just like this. And she would actually try things on. We say yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And that's it. So that opens that whole sort of interactive way of talking to clients opens up. I still think that the generation that I love to work with still love to go to the shop. So I don't think personal shopping is going anywhere soon. And I think image is only getting more and more important. So as women get older, they feel they need to stay, with it, I guess. And so I think they will always be reaching out if they don't know themselves what to do.
Thank you. That's fabulous. I think that I'm the same with you. I think online is really going to be more and more important. And if nothing else, working online opens us up not just locally, but globally, with wonderful programs like Zoom and Skype and all the different things that you can use now. There's really no reason why you can't take your business globally and work one-on-one with people.
And work as well when you want it. I've never been a 9-to-5 girl. I work different parts of the day. So, I do feel my website has helped as well. I really do feel like a good website that just, shows your client, shows your reviews, really has helped as well, because I can see that people are spending 7 minutes on the page, on my website. So they are reading, they're doing their research. So
right. Yeah. That's an important point. It's important to not just have a good website, but to be looking at the usage of that website. And of course, there's apps and various things you can get to look at how long they're on each page and all that sort of thing. That's great.
Yeah. Google Analytics, it's a really useful tool. And I always think, treat every client with the utmost respect and integrity and empathy. And it's such a moment for them. They might only see you once in their lifetime. And for that, it has to be special. So I really focus on that. And everyone is the same. It doesn't matter if they've got lots of money or not lots of money, if they look great, if they don't look great, you can help them no matter what.
That's fabulous. And everyone, I'll be putting all of Angela's details in under this video so you can go and look at her various pages and things like that. Well, Angela, it's been such a joy. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. I'm looking forward to looking at some of your pages, even myself. That'll be great. So for everyone, thank you very much for joining us again. From me, Anne Rainton, and from Angela Barbagallo in Sydney, we'll say goodbye, and we hope you join us again for the next interview. Bye now.
Bye-bye.